All right, today we're going to break down a real classic in the fitness world, the Astrand Treadmill Test. It seems pretty simple on the surface, but it's an incredibly powerful way to put a real solid number on your cardiovascular fitness. So, if you're ready to measure what really matters, let's get into it.
I mean, think about it. It's the big question for anyone who's serious about their performance, right? How do you get past just feeling fit and get an actual objective score? The secret isn't just about how long you can go, but how well your body uses its fuel when things get tough.
And that secret metric is called VO2 max. Now, I know it sounds super technical, but the analogy here is just perfect. Think of it as the horsepower of your body's engine. A bigger, more powerful engine can suck in more fuel and air to generate more power. Well, it's the same idea here. A higher VO2 max means your body is a champ at using oxygen to power your muscles during hard exercise. And that's the score we're trying to figure out with this test.
So, how do we find this VO2 max score? Well, the beauty of the Astrand test is just how accessible it is. You don't need some fancy, high-tech sports science lab. Nope. In fact, you probably have everything you need already.
That's really it. A standard treadmill that lets you change the incline, a simple stopwatch, and now this is the most important part, so listen up, an assistant. Their job isn't just to time you, they are there for your safety. Seriously, never, ever try a maximal test like this one alone. It's just not worth the risk.
Okay, so let's walk through how this thing actually works. We're going to follow a fictional athlete through the entire test, step by step. That way you can see exactly how this whole challenge plays out from the moment they step on the treadmill. Our athlete hops on the treadmill and we set it to a nice steady 5 miles per hour. And notice it's on a 0% grade, totally flat. This isn't just a warm-up, this is about setting a consistent baseline before we start cranking up the difficulty. And here we go. This is where the real test starts. You can see on the timeline, after 3 minutes on the flat, that incline bumps up to 2.5%. Then, every 2 minutes, like clockwork, it gets steeper and steeper. This gradual increase is what pushes the body towards its absolute limit for oxygen use. And this is the most important rule. There's no finish line you have to cross. The test is simply over the second our athlete says, "I'm done," or just can't keep up the pace anymore. It's completely tailored to their personal limit on that given day. And this is why that assistant is so vital. They're watching like a hawk for any signs of major fatigue or trouble, ready to hit stop on both the treadmill and the stopwatch the instant the athlete reaches their limit. It's all about keeping things safe and getting an accurate time. Okay, our athlete gave it their all, they've hit their limit, and the test is done. We've got their total time on the stopwatch. So now, how do we turn that one simple number into the treasure we're looking for, that VO2 max score? So let's say our athlete hung in there for 13 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, for the math to work, we've got to convert that into a decimal. And since 15 seconds is just a quarter of a minute, our time becomes 13.25 minutes. This one number is the key to everything. Then, we just plug that time right into this formula. Now, this isn't just some random equation. These numbers come from a ton of research where scientists compared the time on this exact test with direct VO2 max measurements from fancy lab gear. It's a proven, scientifically backed way to turn time into a rock-solid fitness estimate.
And the calculation itself is super easy. Here's how you do it. First, you take the time, 13.25 in our case, and you multiply it by 1.444. Then, you just take that result and add 14.994 to it. That's literally all there is to it.
And voila! There's our final score. Our athlete's estimated VO2 max is 34.123. Now that number stands for milliliters of oxygen per kilogram of body weight per minute. It's a real, tangible number that represents their cardiovascular fitness. Pretty cool, huh? Now you don't just want to scribble this number on a napkin. You want to track it. Putting it on an assessment sheet like this is so important because a single score is just a snapshot in time. To really see the big picture, you've got to see how it changes.
You see, getting that one score, that's just the starting line. The real win, the whole point of doing this test, isn't about hitting some perfect number. It's all about tracking your progress over time.
This is where the Astrand test really shines. Like I said, a single score is a snapshot, but when you do the test every few months, you get to see the whole movie of your fitness journey. Comparing today's result with your last one gives you cold, hard proof that your hard work is paying off.
Just look at this comparison. Let's say after a few months of solid training, our athlete does the test again. This time, they last a full 15 minutes. And look what happens to their score. it's jumped up. This isn't just feeling fitter. This is data. This is proof. So, here's the bottom line. The Astrand Treadmill Test gives you a clear, objective number to work with. It creates a direct link between all the effort you're putting into your training and a real, measurable improvement in your body's engine.
Ultimately, one test. That's just chapter 1. But by repeating it over time, you get to write your entire fitness story. A story about your dedication, your hard work, and your measurable progress. So the only question left is, what story will your journey tell?